Joining me in the room podcast to talk about his return to the Cage Titans cage at Cage Titans 60, July 22nd, is Shameless, Don Shainis. What's up, my friend? It's been a minute since we had a talk, bro. How you doing?
What's up, Steve? How are you? I'm
I'm,
good.
I'm excellent, man. Sunday morning. I got you up on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Fight week starts tomorrow, man. You look, you look like I just got you up, man. How's everything going in Don world, man?
I just woke up. I'm late for this podcast because I just woke up. I got sand in my eyes right now. I can't really see, but I got my caffeine, so I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. Well, Don, we talked for a minute before you came on. You were out late last night. You want to tell a little story about what went on last night and the drive you took?
Yeah, I was watching the fucking fights. I was watching my boy Evan Elder get his first UFC win. I was watching JDM. Fucking that fight was crazy. And I'm looking on Instagram and I saw Dana White's story and it said he was at Encore Boston. I'm like, fuck, it's 12:30 at night. If I knew if he was gonna be at Encore, I would have gone to Encore. So I fucking got myself up out of bed and fucking drove to Encore and be like, yo, I want my fucking job back.
So you were probably sleepwalking or sleep driving a little bit, with the passion to get back in the UFC, man. But Dana wasn't at the Encore, was he?
I doubt it. No, I tried going there. I'm like, yo, where's he at? I'm like, he's not there. You're an idiot. He reposted that story. You fucking idiot.
Well, my man, did you do any gambling while you were there? Anything at all?
No,
No.
never.
In and out. Dana wasn't there, so I drove back home, and here we are Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Talking about your return to New England, bro. I know it's not the return you wanted. You most likely wanted to fight for the UFC in Boston, but that's not the case. You are fighting for Cage Titans in Plymouth, Mass, man. Your home. You own that place. How's it feel to get back and fight in front of fans?
It's bittersweet a little bit. It's definitely a little bit bittersweet. Don't get me wrong. I love fucking fighting in Plymouth, but I wanted all the bright lights, and I got a little bit of a taste of that, and I still want it. So I'm striving to get back there.
Well, I know in the past, Cage Titans hasn't had enough tickets for you to sell. What's the case this time around? Same old Don, asking for extra tickets. How's it going with that?
No, I'm doing pretty good with ticket sales. This isn't going to be another record-breaking event for me. Obviously, it's my first fight back, but in my mind, I took this 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So it's like I've had limited time to sell tickets. Like I still did pretty good. Like I did a lot better than everyone else is gonna do. But like it's not gonna be like a normal Dawn event where I've had 2 months to fucking promote the fuck out of it and sell tickets. I really had a total of 2 weeks of knowing about the fight and then a week and a half prior to this. So I think this week I texted everybody in my phone. You know, like I just finished texting everyone in my phone, like, yo, hey, last minute fighting, what's up? You in, you out, whatever. But and there's a million things going on as well as far as fucking I don't know if it's Luke Holmes or Morgan Wallen. A couple concerts going on at Gillette and Fenway. So, the time wise, it's fucking summer. Everyone's getting married and shit. So, this isn't gonna be like, oh my god, fucking another title regime fucking coming in
Yeah.
hot, But I definitely doing pretty good.
Excellent, my man. Well, I'm sure the stream is going to get a lot of play. You got a lot of fans out of the New
Hmm.
England area that you made, while you were training out of the area. Dude, let's talk about, before we get into the fight, training for this and all that. Man, you had a couple of fights for the UFC. Man, things didn't go your way, but it was a tough course for you as far as that with the gym that you were training at. There was some stuff there that you couldn't train there. You were traveling around during your training camps, getting work in. Man, how tough was it? I mean, getting ready for these fights, those two fights for the UFC.
I'll put it like this, right? It's like you're not gonna just get called. Hey, like you're not gonna go fucking unless you're 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and you're 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 as a pro. You're not just gonna be like, hey, you want to fight in the UFC, and they're not gonna promote you and build you. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to build a record, and you're gonna have to take a short notice fight. The only way you get into the UFC is you take a short notice fight, and we knew that going in. Um, when I got the call, it was probably the worst timing in the world. I was coming off a shoulder injury, and I was 2 day back at the gym. So like my fight against Sadiq Yusuf, I ended up getting roasted in fucking 30 seconds. But like I'm also not making an excuse for that. Like you know that's how you get in. You got to stay ready and be ready. But like I said, I was coming off an injury. I had a month off to let myself recover, and then 2 days back into training. My weights completely went haywire, and I had to kill myself to make weight, and made the fucking weight. That was the real fight, to be honest with you, because there wasn't much of a fight in me once I made the weight. That I definitely like past the point of diminishing returns there. But I just know at least with the Sneak fight, I had a lot more to give. Now, fast forward a little bit, a couple weeks go by, I get the Jack Jenkins call. I'm like, fuck yes, I love this fight. So I was actually at a wedding, and I got the call for the fight. Then fast forward a couple more weeks, you know, everything goes fucking haywire with my gym. So again, not ideal circumstances with life, but I ended up moving cross country, changing coaches, teams, gyms, training partners, coming back home, dropping my shit off at my parents, flying out to Australia. I was in Australia for a month. I fought my fucking ass off, but that's a much better representation of who I am. I had a proper weight cut. I think I had a proper fight. I think that was a very winnable fight. If things were a little bit different, I think that I could have won. But I'm also, again, like I said, not making a fucking excuse for it. Things tend to happen in life, and life tends to fuck you. But it's just part of the game. It's like, what factors are you gonna have to deal with last minute on fight week that may throw you on, may throw you off. It's like no one ever goes into a fight physically at 100%, but like, what is people dealing with behind the scenes mentally at 100%? And it's like, I would never, never, never use those as excuses to my performances, but there was a lot going on behind the scenes.
Well, as far as your stint in the UFC, you made it there, bro. That last fight, you did have it looked like you performed in that fight. You had to fly, the other end of the earth there, and man, as far as being in the UFC, what was the experience like to you? I mean, only a rare amount of fighters get that to feel that. What was the feeling, when you actually got there and the surroundings and you absorbing it?
Well, everyone's super nice. There's a couple different parts to it, right? So it's like, for example, it's like, all right, everyone's super nice. You have access to way more stuff than you do on the regional scenes. Like, I had access to the UFC PI. Took advantage of that. I went out to Vegas a couple times for extended stays. So, like, no one goes to Vegas for more than 3 days, or you're gonna come back a broke man. I was there for like almost 2 months. Um, but you have access to so much stuff from when it comes to like nutrition, supplements, food. They have a guy for everything. So it's like, I got in the UFC. Obviously, it was short notice with Sadiq. Couldn't take advantage of anything. Pretty much killed myself to make weight. And then I was like, all right, cool. Let's let the dust settle. Dust doesn't even settle yet. I already accepted another fight. I'm like, fuck it, let's ride it. I'm ready to win. So then I'm in fight camp, and I'm in the Midwest, so I didn't really have time to take advantage of that. But after the Jack Jenkins fight, fortunately for me, they didn't cut me immediately. So like they waited a couple months. My leg was a little fucked up, so I went to the PI, and the PI is fucking unbelievable. The people from the front desk to fucking their whole team there. What they did was I went out there for like 10, 12 days the first time, and I did all the testing. So they did all sorts of tests on me. Where they did my VO2 max, they did my body scan, they did everything. They hooked me up with all the supplements. Uh, I I had a nutritionist on my own, but like they worked with my nutritionist. Their nutrition team worked with my nutritionist, so it's like during fight week they're preparing meals for you, so you don't have to think. You're the and their thing is like, no, eat all the food. You need this food for energy, and that's something I never did. Was like I barely ate during fight week, but it was just convenient as far as the fact that like, oh, they're providing you the right foods. Like this is breakfast, lunch, dinner. These are the macros and the calories that you need at this time, and then it's like, all right, this is the water. Here are all your supplements. Da 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 da. But like as far as massage,
Yeah.
nutrition, access to strength and conditioning is like my second stint back in Vegas. I stayed for like 6 weeks, and it was fucking awesome because my friend has a condo out there, and they let me stay there for pretty much nothing. It was very convenient. It was 15 minutes away from the PI. So what I would do is every day I'd wake up, I'd go over to the PI, I'd have breakfast. I'd be there at 8 a.m. Right? I'd have breakfast. I'd jump in the hot tub, jump in the cold tub, jump back in the hot tub, dry off. If I wanted to work out beforehand, cool. If not, I'd chilled. Right? I fucking like have my morning routine, and then at 11:30, I'd go over to fucking Syndicate. I train at 11:30 to 1 at Syndicate, and I shoot right, which is 2 minutes. Not it's like a quarter mile away from the PI. So Syndicate was right fucking there. Um, I would train at Syndicate, and John Wood took really good care of me out there. So I'd be training there, and then I'd shoot back to the PI. And if you get to the PI before 2, you get free lunch too. So I'd grab lunch, right? I'd uh, I'd shower from the gym. I'd grab lunch, fucking, and then I'd hang out. And then at 3, I would have a strength and conditioning, and at 4, I'd have a massage. So it's like I had access to all these
Hmm.
things and all this information and testing, which is really fucking unbelievable.
So the hunger to get back there must be thriving, man. Because I mean, you're living in basically a fantasy world because they're taking care of you, and it's just focusing just on fighting, and everything else is taken care of. As far as you had 2 fights there. This is going to be my last question before we move on to Cage Titans and being
Yeah.
back. Do you feel that you kind of got the short hand of the stick that you didn't get another fight after that short notice fight against a ranked opponent? Then you travel all the way to Australia, I think, and then you lost that fight, but you went the distance, and you really you put it all out there. Did you think you deserved another fight, and are you bitter about that you didn't get that third fight for them?
Um, I'll put it like this, Steve. You might want to fucking sound clip this. Nothing. No, I'm serious. You ready? Nothing in life is fucking earned, right? You have to take everything in life. Now, am I disappointed I didn't get a third fight? Yeah, it is what it is. But did I deserve a third fight? Like, dude, life ain't fucking fair. Figure it the fuck out. Move the fuck forward. The first thing I did when I got cut, I got a text I got cut. I was actually at the PI. I'm like, fuck. I had a meeting with one of the therapists after I got cut, and I'm like, do I still go to this fucking meeting? I still went to the fucking meeting. The guy was like, dude, you just gotta feel it right now. And that's exactly what I did. So um, I had to feel those emotions and how bitter and angry and upset I was. I'm like, all right, what do I do from here? Next day, same fucking shit. Went to the gym, did the same fucking thing. Like just because the circumstances in life don't turn out your way doesn't mean you're gonna fucking like everything in your life you have a choice, right? And it's like I chose to go to the gym, and I'm choosing to continue down this path to get back there. Now, am I gonna have an easy road there? Fuck no. I gotta fight. Fucking, I didn't want to fight till August with hopes I was fighting in 3 weeks on that UFC Boston card. You know what? Didn't fucking happen. I gotta adjust and move forward. And you know what? This is the game plan. Fucking fight for Cage Titans, win, go fight for Combat FC, win their belt, go fight for CES, win their belt, go fight for LFA, win their belt, go fight for Fury, win their belt, and beat every fucking top prospect that's trying to get on the contender series and fucking ruin their plans and get back in. Because like obviously I'm willing to take these short notice fights against these top ranked people. It's like I don't give a fuck.
And that could be it again, man. You go on a run here in the regional promotions in New England here. Like you get another late notice call up, or is there other options for you other than the UFC? Would there be other promotions that you would entertain if they came calling for your services?
Yeah, all of them.
All right,
All
cool,
of them.
cool.
I didn't make nearly the amount of money I thought I was going to in the UFC. Um, Obviously, I fucking my last fight, I could have used the 50K for the fight of the night bonus, but Balkan Islam stole that from us. And by stole it, they did their fucking job. They fought for an extra 10 minutes in a fight of the year contender. So I don't know where that ranks amongst fight of the year, but on any other card, my fight's fight of the night. Um, but like people think like, oh, you make all this money. It's like, nah, half that money's fucking gone before you even get there, and then you're getting fucking taxed on it. So
Yeah, exactly, exactly. There's a lot of cuts that go into that pay that the UFC
yeah,
gives you, man. And people don't realize that. And then they're like, but people like you coming back and talking about it and stuff like that. It enlightens people that really don't know what goes on behind the scenes with pay and all that. But
well, I'm not even bitching about it because I know the deal.
yeah,
Like I know the fucking deal, but it's like
exactly.
in my mind, it's like, all right, if I win that fight, I just made double my money.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it's like I'm like, all right, fuck, I just made half the money. Fucking how
Yeah,
these guys look getting this and going
exactly.
there, it's already delegated out
Yeah,
before I get paid.
yeah. Well, my man, you are back to Cage Titans, bro. The last fight you were there, I do believe you were either defending or you were winning the featherweight title. Which was it, defending or winning it?
I won it.
Oh, you won it. And then the stint in the UFC. You're back, bro. You don't have that title because, of course, we have to give those things up when you fight for the boss in the major league there, bro. But you're back fighting at featherweight, and you're taking on Robert Lustig, who's fought regionally, very busy here, coming off a great, great win. And he's high on life right now, man. He rehomed himself into the New England area, and he's trying to get as many fights as he can. And he comes off a win, and now he's got Don Shainis across the cage from him. Man, how'd this fight come about? You talked about maybe about this fight was set about 3 weeks ago or so. How'd it come about? And was Cage Titans your first option to get back there?
Yeah, so Kitchen's always been a home for me. It's a great landing spot. I can always count on Mike to find me a matchup, and this is kind of how it was. I get cut. I call my coach. I tell him, and he's like, "All right, we got to fight." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not ready to fight right now." It's like I'm telling you, I got cut. And he's like, "I know you're fighting for Kitchen." He's like, "Dude, let's pump the fucking brakes a little bit. Like, chill, dude. I'm fucking like to hold the fuck on." But I'm like, dude, I'm not fighting. Fuck it, I'm not fighting. But this was definitely one of the scenarios where it's like, I know I need to get back in there, and I need to get back in there fast. It's like shit or get hot off the fucking pot. So, time to shit. Time to shit.
Well, you did mention some other
Time to
some.
fucking shit,
You
dude.
did mention some other promotions and going after their belts. So it looks like you're ready to go back to back to back here to get back in the eyes of the bigger promotions, man. Is
Yeah, well, Steve. Here's the thing with that. It's like, yeah, I'm saying these things, and in my mind, these are moving parts. But don't get me wrong. Like, I still have the task at hand, right? Nothing fucking matters if I don't win this fight. So it's like this fight's a very very dangerous fight for me, and people forget. Like, they look at records and it's all bullshit because a fight at the end of the day is still a fucking fight. People forget that. They're like, oh, he's an Emmy, he's going pro, this guy's got so much. Fuck that. No, a fight is a fucking fight. So don't get it twisted.
exactly. And Lustig's no joke, man. He's fought some credible opponents in his stint in New England. And like I said, he just came off a finish of a New England prospect, so he's riding high, man. Like you said, it's a dangerous fight. It's a no lose for him because he's coming off a win and he's fighting Don Shameless, the former number one lightweight and featherweight in New England, former UFC fighter. So the eyes are going to be all over this kid. So going into this fight, how do you go into this fight? Is it different from previous fights, or is it what's the thought process going in here? It's your first fight back after the UFC. You're back in front of the home crowd, and you're with a dangerous fighter here. Has nothing to lose and a lot to gain.
Yeah, of course he has a lot to gain. Everyone has a lot to gain from fighting me. You know, it's like no one like everyone wants to fight me. You know, but then also no one wants to fight me at the same time. So it's one of these things where he's taking a big risk. It might pay out for him. We'll see, dude. It's a fight. Anything can fucking happen.
Well,
I'm training my ass off so it doesn't. But I'm training to get in, get out. I'm not, but I'm ready for fucking 15 minutes of war.
Well, we know you're always ready for war, whether it lasts a minute, a round, 3 rounds, 5 rounds. You're ready, man. It usually doesn't go that long. You usually destroy your guys. You got 8 TKOs. I think your last 3 fights regionally were 3 TKOs. 3 finishes in a row right there before the UFC. What are you looking to do in here? Are you looking to play with Robert a little bit, or are you looking to get in and get out as quick as possible? What are you looking for that night as far as that's going to satisfy Don?
Steve, you're talking about playing like this ain't a game, dude.
I understand, bro.
This ain't a game, bro. It's like I take this as seriously as life and death. You know, this is not a game. You get fucked up in there if you think like, oh, I'm going in there to win. It's like, no, I need to kill and not die. That's how serious this game is. And like, yeah, there's someone in there to step in to make sure you don't die, or if you get fucked up, like they're there to stop it. No, but this is serious. This isn't a fucking game. I'm not in there to play with my food. I'm in there to fucking do my job.
And if you do your job the way you want to do your job, how do you see this fight going? And getting your hand raised.
Nothing's ever as easy as you envision it. Usually it's way fucking harder. Sometimes you surprise yourself, but yeah, TKO round one.
Excellent. Well, you mentioned training. Citadel, I've seen you on the circuit getting some cross training in other places. Where else are you getting your training in other than Citadel these days?
So I spent a lot of time out in Vegas. Before I even had this fight, I was training out there. I was at Syndicate, and I was between there and the UFCPI, and both those places took really good care of me. Um, in New England, I came back home. I've been between Citadel, BTT, and every blue moon I've been popping into Lausanne's. I like so it's like I'm cool with all the gyms in New England, but yeah, I've been cross training a little bit everywhere. Pretty much, it's really difficult to find like a proper training camp here because everyone's a fucking idiot and they all want to fight each other and they're fucking too stubborn and concerned about money and no one can fucking organize a gym to fucking it's like no, this is what we're doing on these days. Everyone's welcome, but everyone's too fucking stubborn for that, and I'm striving to find that long term. So it's like this is a pit stop for me. But I know I can create a camp here. It just requires a lot of driving.
You're going to be back in front of a huge crowd. What's your expectations there? I mean, it's definitely going to be emotional coming back and hearing that crowd because you haven't fought in front of fans, your fans anyway, in over a year. What do you think that feeling's going to be like when you hit that cage, that walkout, when you hear all the fans and Shameless Nation going crazy?
It's going to give me a lot more wiggle room as far as being more active. With the UFC, it was like all right. I was like after my fight in February, I was one hurt, so I had to wait to heal. But then I was waiting for a name, waiting for a name. I'm like, hey, dude, can I fight this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy? It's like, yo, all right, cool. Looks like June, July is all booked up. August, my hometown, cool. Um, fucking my hometown. I'm like, all right. Um, but like I was like trying to fight everyone. So yeah, I just want to be a lot more active this year and fucking. It's gonna be cool to see all my friends and Obviously, fucking UFC Boston's right around the corner. I know some people are going to there, but they're spending like $400 to $800 to go to UFC Boston. I'm like, you got two UFC vets on this fucking card, headlining the card. It's like you're missing out if you don't spend $75 to go see us fight on a
Mm-hmm.
fucking Saturday night 3 weeks beforehand. It's like, dude, there's the same talent everywhere. Like that's the thing with these promotions. It's all prestige, right? So it's like the UFC holds themselves to a standard, right? That doesn't mean there isn't that same talent elsewhere. You know what I mean? It's like the UFC is the fucking pinnacle of the sport, or you know, and they are like, yeah, we're fucking number one, and I get it, dude. I completely get it, and people will pay that fucking extra penny to go out there, and it's fucking awesome. But also, it's like, dude, these smaller promotions, where do you think they get these guys from?
You guys are the cattle. You guys are the the future coming out of these promotions all around the country, man. You guys are the feeders. I mean,
Yeah.
so Don, last question before I let you give your shout outs, man. Your first fight back in New
Mm-hmm.
England in over a year. What do we expect to see out of Shameless Don Shainis on July 22nd at Cage Titan 60?
Uh, I don't want to say nostalgia, but it's going to be nice to be coming back home and open up a can of whoop ass. It's going to be the same me. You're going to get the same energy, same vibe, and I'm ready to fucking start putting this win streak together and fucking keep the vibes rolling.
Excellent, my man. Well, the belts
I'm
are out.
actually I'm actually running late right now. I'm supposed to go to Connor Matthews' house,
Oh shit.
train, get some training in with him.
Mom's basement, man. I can't keep you
Yeah,
from mom's basement, man. Connor will be all over me. Like
it's
he's.
all good. It's all good. I set this time with you, and I wasn't gonna go super hard today. Obviously, I look at my fight weeks a little bit differently. I don't look at it as like fight week starting on Monday because I got to weigh in Friday. I look at it from Friday to Friday. So I've been in fight week for 2 days already. So it's just the stage of fight week. Today's my water load day, my long cardio day, my sweat day, not my super intense day. So I'm going there, shoot the shit, say what's up, fuck around a little bit, and yeah,
Excellent, my man. Well, tell them all I said hi to all those guys there.
absolutely.
Well, Don, with that said, man, I'll let you get going to mom's basement. But before I do that, I'm going to let you do your shout outs. I know you still got tickets out there. There's going to be a stream, of course, for this. Cage Titans is doing incredible things as far as promoting you guys and girls along the way. So, Don, anything you want to throw out there, sponsors, social media, how to get tickets and all that, man, and I'll let you get back to fight week, man.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone go follow me on Shameless Dawn on Instagram. Actually, all my social media platforms. You type in Shameless Dawn, you'll find me. As far as tickets go, don't buy them at the fucking door. You know I'm your guy. That being said, like that's how us fighters eat. We make jack shit fighting locally. The way we make our money is the more we sell, the more we eat. So come buy your tickets from me. Shoot me a DM. I can make things super easy and affordable. And by affordable, it's fucking $75. So if you can afford one night out, you can afford coming to see me fight. That being said, the way I'm doing tickets is a little bit different. I don't have any physical tickets. I got a fucking list going. I'm to keep things simple and save me running around. What I'm doing is I'm having everyone Venmo me, PayPal, Cash App, just not Zelle because I don't know how to fucking set that thing up. It's not working with my bank. Fucking sucks. Everyone loves Zelle. Fucking
I
sucks.
never heard of it.
Um,
Never heard of it.
Zelle, yeah, I got a few people trying to Zelle
All
me,
right.
and I'm like, dude, shit don't work. Fuck, my bank won't link up to it. But anyways, I got a roll call list, so super simple. You Venmo me, I leave your tickets at the door. You go to the venue, you give your name, you grab your tickets, you have a great night, and I see you there. Um, Shout outs, yeah, I got some sponsors coming in. I'm super excited to be working with some new sponsors. So if anyone needs any tattoo work, my lady Sam, she goes by Miss Fox Tattoo on Instagram. Be sure to check her out. I want to give a shout out to Fight Bros, Shovel Shop. I want to give a shout out to Davenport. Um, fucking my dad's slamming the door. Another shout out to East Coast Power Washing, Main Street Sports. I got so many sponsors, and what I'm doing with them is really cool. So it's like rather than doing it by fight, I'm talking to all these guys, and I was like, now we're doing it for the full year. I'm taking less money up front, and we're gonna stretch this out for the whole year. That way, I constantly got something coming in rather than like, all right, cool. Let's say I fight fucking next week. That's July. Then I don't have anything for August. So like, fuck, I got no money coming in August. Then it's like September, October, bang, bang. I bang out 2 fights. If I fight September, October, I don't have time to rerun sponsors. So if we do it for the full year, like, and I only have 10 spots available. So the guys that jumped on early, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm changing the sponsorship game and how I'm doing everything. And I appreciate the support and fucking helping me fund my dreams because there's going to be a lot of traveling involved with training camps and whatnot. So, fuck yeah, let's go.
Excellent, my man. Well, Don, I know before you were going in the UFC, during your whole career, you were great at managing yourself, ticket sales, all that. You're very professional, a very you know, dot your I's, cross your T's businessman. And I imagine you didn't get to do that with the UFC because a lot of that was done for you. But you're back in that. Are you enjoying that role again, or is that a kind of a hassle at these days?
He's not in his undies. I missed your question. My dad distracted me. I'm
That's right. Was
sorry.
he in his boxer shorts or not? Where is he?
No, no, no. I'm just fucking with
I
him a little bit.
I just said you didn't get to do a lot of business as far as Don business with the fight game because you were in the UFC. A lot of that's taken care of. Are you enjoying being a businessman again and shopping yourself around, or is that a hassle nowadays?
No, no. It's just you develop these relationships with people, and then you get to the UFC, and it's like, all right, cool. Like you sponsored me up until this point. It's like I want obviously want to keep that ball rolling, but it's like at the time I got in, it was one so short notice. I didn't have time to fucking do shit, and two, it was good. It was a very quick turnaround too. So again, I still didn't have time to do shit. If it was a little bit more spread out and I had more time and more notice, I'd still be making fight shirts, even though I couldn't wear them walking out. I'd still be doing sponsorships. So it's like I had to like seriously think about it because I lost out. I kind of took a pay cut fighting for the UFC. Like don't get me wrong, they're fucking unbelievable, and like I loved fighting for them, and I'm striving to fight for them again. But it's like as far as sponsorship goes, I kind of took a pay cut. But if I could keep that coming in and still keep my the people that have supported me happy from day one and continue to build that relationship, and it's like, nah, I get up here and I pull you up with me like that. That's what I'm trying to do. It wasn't really the ideal time. I did the best I could, but you know, right now it's about keeping that candle lit and growing that flame. But also, I used to do a lot of like a lot of small sponsors, right? I can't do that right now. It's like I don't have I only have space and time for so many people. So it's like, all right, cool. This guy wants this. Like I can accommodate that, but I've had these day ones on that are maybe not willing to give me so much, but they've been on since day one. That's got to stand for something. So I want to be one affordable to my day ones, but two also like make it so it's affordable for them, but it's also like fruitful for me, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. And but it's not like overbearing either. It's
Hmm.
like if I got someone giving me fucking 10 grand a month, like no shit, like fucking take that all day. But it's like you know, you could figure it out to where it's like, let's say I have 10 sponsors available, right? And rather than taking like $1,000 a fight, I don't know how many times I'm going to be fighting. Let's say you want to sponsor me for the year and you only have 10 available. At 250 a month, you got to realize that like one sponsor for 250 a month is 3 grand. Multiply that by 10, that's 30 grand. Now, let's say you break it up into a couple different packages to where you got 250, 500, and 1,000, right? All right, so you taking that one sponsor for 250, that's 3 grand. You got one sponsor for 500, that's fucking 6 grand.
Yep.
And you got one sponsor for 1,000 a month, that's 12 grand. Now, if you mix and match and you're only dealing with 12 fucking people and like, or excuse me, 10 people, like that would be ideal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like
Well,
you're
well,
you're
well,
dealing.
well. That's what I wanted to get to. I mean, you're a businessman. I mean, bef- not to go in for another hour on this interview,
Yeah.
but I always said this to you when when you're done fighting and you want to put them gloves down, man. You could be a guy that just like teaches these fighters how to market themselves because you've done a fabulous fucking job, with your career as far as when you're in control of it.
You know what I'm actually thinking about doing? I'm actually thinking about making an OnlyFans, not for fucking porno purposes, but more for
Just a
like,
little porno players.
huh?
Maybe you'll just show up. No, I'm just gonna. I was gonna
Well,
bust balls
no,
with you.
maybe I'll make two OnlyFans, one for dick pics and one for fucking business tips.
Yeah. So, but that's a great.
Prescriptions
That's a
too. You're a fucking idiot. I'll
that,
be a fucking idiot on your podcast. I don't fucking care.
that's a great idea. I mean, dude, you should do something. I mean, either start it now, start dabbling in it now. But I think that's something that you'll be really, really effective and could make some money down the line with, given your insight and your little tricks of the trade and how to market yourself, how to get sponsors. I know you're a worker, brother. I know you do it. I know you hustle around, and I know you care about the people that are helping you out, man. You definitely give back. So I think that would be very helpful for the future MMA ladies and gentlemen, man.
Yeah, the problem with that is like people are one fucking lazy and two fucking idiots.
As long
Like
as,
I love people,
hey,
don't get me wrong,
as
but
long as they're paying you for your advice, man, whatever they do with it, that's on them. You know what I mean? If they're gonna,
I've told a million people exactly what I do. Fucking like sat down with them for an hour, and some people do it really well. Like I remember I told one guy, and like he ended up getting fucking like 10, 15 grand the first time, and I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome. You made more than I did.
there
But
you
like
go.
when you don't look at it like, oh, like all right, Steve, right? Let me ask you this: would you pay $100 to sit down with me for an hour? If you were an amateur pro fighter, would
Yeah.
you pay $100 to sit down with me for an hour to pick my brain and I tell you everything I fucking do?
I would, yes. If I
Yeah,
had,
you would.
I
You
would.
see the value in that.
Yeah,
The
because
problem is,
I know you and
yeah,
all that.
dude,
I know what you can
of
give
course.
for $100.
I try to get you to fucking sponsor me, of course. Now, if I do that, if I go to gym to gym to gym and I hold like 10 people seminars to give me $100
Yep.
in that hour, I'll make 1,000. So like, yeah, it would be worth it for me to do that. The issue you run into is one, fighters are fucking broke, right?
Yeah.
Two, it takes confidence to go out there and compete, yeah, but it takes a different type of confidence to go out there and deal with rejection, and that's just sales. Like everyone can't be a fucking good salesman because people are fucking scared of rejection. But if I could tell one person and they have a relationship with someone and they give this guy this and this guy this, it makes me feel good. But for $8.99 a month, you could subscribe to my OnlyFans. And I give you this information for free. How many? I don't know, man. Like
Oh,
I feel like, man,
I like the OnlyFans idea
yeah, yeah.
down the line. Well, dude, this first fight back,
Something to
man.
think about.
This first fight back is getting you back into the eyes of New England and fighters and fans and everything else, man. We don't know what the future holds for you. I mean, but I know it's high. I know it's high, bro. And I'm not glad to see you back under the circumstances. I wish I could see you back in the UFC in Boston, but me being selfish, a friend of yours, being media for so long, watching you fight, I'm happy that I get to see you cage side on the 22nd. I mean, I miss Don, so that's me.
Oh
Uh,
well, I didn't go anywhere. I mean, I was everywhere but nowhere at the same
yeah,
time.
I
Like
know, but
I've been all over the fucking world, but it's like, dude,
now I get to see
like
you.
like when did I ever fucking not be me and fucking
No,
not say what's up to you?
no, totally, man. But now I'll get to see you again. I'll get to see you fight and maybe have a drink with you at the after party, man. I miss Don. I miss Don.
Well, don't get used to me being around,
I
but I'm here
know,
for now.
I know. You could be here just a couple more months and shipped out any of these other promotions or the
Bro,
UFC.
I'm a fucking
Who
gypsy, dude.
knows?
I'll fucking blend in anywhere. I'll
All right,
figure the
my
fuck
man.
out.
Hey, bro, we could talk for like 3 more hours, but I'm gonna let you go, man. I know you're late. You're late to fucking mom's basement. I kept you here another 15 fucking minutes. All right,
I
Don,
just
man.
came from my mom's basement.
All right, Don, man. It's fight week. We'll be seeing you on this Saturday, this coming Saturday on July 22nd, Kate's Titans 60,
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes,
Dude,
sir.
dude, it's been a pleasure fucking catching up with you. It's been a while before, since we sat down and talked, man. But we'll definitely talk at the fights. I can't wait to see you, man. I can't wait to hear Shameless Nation in Plymouth Memorial Hall lighting up
Heck
the
yeah.
roof, man. I can't wait for it, bro. So I'll see you in less than a week, man. You have a great rest of the training camp. And thank you for the time, Don. I kept you way
Oh,
too
no
long.
problem.
Kept you way too long, man.
You're
But
good. You're
with
good.
with that said, man, I'll see you very soon, bro. You have a great day, man. Okay.
Take care, brother.
All right.